Good evening, my friends. You see, life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you work for. And that work starts with discipline. Now, I'm not just talking about discipline as a word you throw around or something you say you'll start on Monday. No. I'm talking about the engine that drives your dreams. Self-discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the key to showing up when no one is watching, to making the hard choices when the easy ones are calling your name. It's what separates those who wish from those who will. You see, most people want success, but they're not willing to sacrifice for it. They want the results, but not the routine. But I'm here to tell you, you've got to decide that enough is enough, that this is your time to stand up, step out, and take control of your life. Because if you can master yourself, there's absolutely nothing you can't achieve. So tonight, we're not just talking about self-discipline, we're declaring it as the foundation for your greatness. Are you ready? Discipline is a choice. It's a powerful statement, one that defines the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fall short of their potential. In life, we are constantly presented with decisions, big ones, small ones, decisions about how to spend our time, where to put our energy, and how to handle the challenges that come our way. But at the core of all these decisions is one thing: choice. You can choose to let life happen to you, or you can choose to take control of your actions, your mindset, and your future. A success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for luck to fall into your lap. It comes from the deliberate, conscious decision to take ownership of your actions and make the right choices consistently. It starts with understanding that everything you do, every step you take, every minute you spend is a result of the choices you make. The first step in cultivating discipline is realizing that you are responsible for your outcomes. You are not a victim of circumstances, you are the architect of your destiny. And that responsibility is both empowering and at times daunting. And when you choose discipline, you are choosing to show up even when you don't feel like it. You choose to work when others rest, to keep going when others quit, to put in the effort even when the rewards are far off in the distance. Discipline isn't about having willpower for a single moment. It's about building the ability to consistently make the right choices over time. It's about taking the long road, the road that requires patience, persistence, and hard work. When you decide to be disciplined, you're committing to a journey, not just a destination. The power of choice is often underestimated. Many people wait for motivation to strike before they act. They believe that discipline is something that comes naturally to a few lucky people. But the truth is, discipline is built through repeated actions. Every time you choose to do what's right over what's easy, you strengthen your self-discipline muscle. It's like working out at the gym. You won't get stronger overnight, but with consistent effort, you will see progress. When you make the choice to be disciplined, you take control of your time. You stop letting distractions dictate your actions, and instead, you focus on what truly matters. Time becomes your most valuable asset. You start recognizing that the hours you spend on unproductive activities, scrolling through social media, procrastinating, or giving in to short-term pleasures are hours that you will never get back. And when you choose discipline, you prioritize your long-term goals over immediate gratification. You recognize that every moment counts, and each decision you make either brings you closer to or further from the life you want to create. One of the most powerful aspects of choosing discipline is the ability to align your actions with your values and your goals. So many people find themselves drifting through life, reacting to what comes their way, instead of proactively creating the life they want. They might say they want to be successful, but they don't take the actions necessary to reach that success. They might talk about their dreams, but they don't put in the hard work to make them a reality. When you choose discipline, you are actively aligning your behaviors with your purpose. You are saying, this is what I want, and I will do what it takes to make it happen. Every time you make that choice, you take another step toward living your purpose. But let's be clear, discipline isn't about perfection, it's about progress. There will be times when you slip up, when you make mistakes, when you fall off track. That's part of the journey. The key is not to let those moments define you. Instead, let them be a reminder that discipline is not about being perfect, but about getting back on track after you stumble. The most disciplined people are not those who never fail, but those who keep going after they've fallen. They recognize that each setback is a lesson, a stepping stone toward their ultimate goal. One of the challenges of discipline is managing the internal battle between your desires and your actions. It's easy to give in to the temptation of instant gratification, whether it's eating that extra piece of cake, skipping a workout, or procrastinating on an important task. The path of least resistance is always more tempting, but it doesn't lead to long-term success. Discipline, however, teaches you to manage those urges and stay focused on what truly matters. It teaches you to delay gratification. knowing that the rewards that come from hard work and dedication are far sweeter than anything temporary. Choosing discipline also means embracing discomfort. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. They look for ways to minimize pain and maximize pleasure. But discipline is about pushing through discomfort and understanding that growth happens on the other side of it. Whether it's waking up early to work on your goals, exercising when you don't feel like it, or staying focused on a task when you'd rather do something else, discipline forces you to step out of your comfort zone. It's in those uncomfortable moments that you grow the most. The more you lean into discomfort, the more you expand your capacity to achieve great things. Another aspect of discipline is the ability to say no. In a world filled with distractions, opportunities, and demands on our time, it's easy to become overwhelmed. But discipline requires you to recognize what's truly important and be willing to say no to things that don't serve your goals. It's about making tough choices, about prioritizing what matters, and about saying no to the things that would take you off course. Saying no is a form of self-respect. It's a way of protecting your time, energy, and focus, and making sure that everything you do aligns with your vision for your life. When you choose discipline, you also choose to be consistent. It's not enough to act with discipline once in a while. You must commit to it every single day. Success isn't built on occasional bursts of effort. It's built on steady, consistent action over time. It's easy to feel motivated when you're inspired, but discipline is what keeps you going when the inspiration fades. It's the daily habits, the little steps taken toward your goals, that create the momentum needed for success. The more consistently you show up, the more progress you make. And over time, those small steps add up to big results. Choosing discipline also means being accountable to yourself. In the absence of external pressure, you must be the one who holds yourself to the highest standard. You must be the one who ensures that you're doing the work, even when no one is watching. Accountability to yourself means taking ownership of your actions, acknowledging your mistakes, and celebrating your progress. It means not relying on others to motivate you, but finding the inner drive to stay committed to your goals. In the end, discipline is not something that happens to you. It's something you choose every single day. Every action you take, every decision you make is a reflection of your commitment to your future. And when you choose discipline, you choose to take control of your life. Control your mind and you will master your life. It sounds simple, yet it is one of the most profound truths in the pursuit of personal growth and success. Our thoughts shape everything we do. They dictate our actions, influence our feelings, and ultimately determine the course of our lives. The mind is incredibly powerful, and when you learn to control it, you unlock the ability to shape your destiny. The first step in mastering your life is understanding that your thoughts are not always facts. We often get caught up in the narrative our mind creates, believing that whatever thoughts arise must be true. The truth is, we have the power to choose which thoughts we give energy to and which ones we dismiss. Thoughts are like passing clouds. They come and go, but we often cling to them as if they define who we are. When we realize that our thoughts are simply mental events, we take the first step toward regaining control over them. Many people are slaves to their thoughts, believing that they have no power over them. They let negative thoughts, doubts, and fears dictate their actions. This is a dangerous place to be because it means your external world is constantly being shaped by what is happening inside your mind. If you allow fear, insecurity, and self-doubt to dominate your thoughts, you will continue to live a life dictated by those same emotions. The truth is, you don't have to accept every thought that comes into your mind. You can choose to challenge them, replace them, or even ignore them altogether. The more you practice this, the stronger your ability to control your mind becomes. One of the most powerful ways to control your mind is through awareness. Being aware of your thoughts allows you to observe them without judgment. This means recognizing when negative or unproductive thoughts arise and consciously choosing how to respond to them. For example, when you think, "I'm not good enough to accomplish this," you can counter that thought with, "I am capable of achieving this, and I will take the necessary steps to make it happen." This shift in mindset is crucial because it allows you to reframe your thinking, turning self-doubt into self-belief. Another aspect of controlling your mind is managing your emotions. Our emotions are deeply connected to our thoughts, and when we let them run unchecked, they can lead to poor decisions, impulsive actions, and a lack of focus. For instance, when you feel angry, frustrated, or sad, your mind can become clouded by these emotions, making it harder to think clearly and act rationally. But mastering your thoughts also means mastering your emotional responses. By developing emotional intelligence and practicing techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or mindfulness, you can create space between the emotion and your reaction. This space allows you to make more deliberate and thoughtful choices instead of reacting impulsively to the emotional triggers that arise. When you learn to control your mind, you also begin to control your perception of reality. The way you view the world is shaped by your thoughts. If you constantly focus on problems, limitations, and obstacles, your perception of the world will be colored by negativity. However, if you train your mind to focus on possibilities, solutions, and opportunities, your perception shifts and your life begins to reflect that. It's not that problems disappear, but when you change your mindset, you approach challenges with a sense of hope, determination, and creativity rather than fear or defeat. A key part of controlling your mind is cultivating positive thinking. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending that everything is perfect, but it means choosing to focus on the good, even in the face of adversity. This mindset is essential for overcoming setbacks, building resilience, and staying motivated during difficult times. When you maintain a positive outlook, you start to see opportunities instead of roadblocks. You train your mind to seek solutions, not excuses. And this shift in thinking has the power to transform your life, enabling you to take actions that lead to success, growth, and fulfillment. The visualization is another powerful tool for controlling your mind. By imagining yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, and becoming the person you want to be, you create a mental blueprint that helps guide your actions. Your mind is highly suggestible, and by consistently visualizing success, you begin to program your subconscious to believe that success is possible. This belief in your own abilities propels you into action, creating the momentum needed to turn your dreams into reality. Affirmations are also an essential tool for mastering your thoughts. When you repeat positive, empowering statements about yourself, you begin to rewire your brain. Affirmations work by reinforcing positive beliefs and counteracting negative thought patterns. For example, repeating statements like "I am confident, I am capable," or "I am worthy of success" sends a message to your subconscious mind that these qualities are true. Over time, your subconscious mind begins to believe these affirmations, and they influence your behavior, decisions, and interactions with others. Another important part of controlling your mind is the ability to focus. In today's world of constant distractions, social media, notifications, emails, and other interruptions, maintaining focus can feel like an impossible task. But the more you train your mind to focus on the task at hand, the more productive and effective you become. Focus allows you to direct your energy toward what truly matters, whether it's building your career, pursuing your passions, or nurturing relationships. By eliminating distractions and creating an environment conducive to deep work, you strengthen your ability to stay on course and achieve your goals. The power of the mind also extends to how we view failure. Most people fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their worth. They allow the fear of failing to control their actions, and as a result, they never take risks or push themselves beyond their comfort zones. But when you control your mind, you shift your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, you view it as a learning experience, a necessary step on the path to success. Failure becomes a tool for growth, a way to learn, adapt, and improve. With this mindset, failure no longer holds power over you, and you become more willing to take bold action toward your goals. Ultimately, the key to mastering your life lies in mastering your mind. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. If you want to achieve greatness, you must start by controlling your mind. This means becoming aware of your thoughts, challenging negative beliefs, managing your emotions, and shifting your perspective to focus on growth and possibility. When you control your mind, you unlock your full potential and create the life you've always dreamed of. Embrace sacrifice. It is a phrase that many people resist, yet it is the very essence of progress and achievement. We live in a world that is filled with distractions and temptations, a world that encourages instant gratification over long-term rewards. But if you want to build a life of success, fulfillment, and personal growth, you must understand the importance of sacrifice. True success is not handed to you on a silver platter. It is earned through the choices you make, the actions you take, and most importantly, the sacrifices you are willing to endure. Sacrifice is not about giving up things you love or enduring unnecessary pain. It's about choosing to forgo temporary comforts for the sake of greater, lasting rewards. In the moment, sacrifice often feels uncomfortable, difficult, or even unfair. It requires discipline and strength to make decisions that go against your immediate desires. It's easy to give in to the pull of laziness, to indulge in things that bring you instant pleasure, or to take the easier path when faced with challenges. But these moments of discomfort are the very things that will shape your future. They are the stepping stones to the success you desire. Without sacrifice, there can be no meaningful progress. It is through short-term discomfort that you build the strength, resilience, and focus required to achieve your long-term goals. One of the key reasons that sacrifice is necessary is because it forces you to prioritize what truly matters. Life is full of choices, and not all of them lead you in the direction of your dreams. Every day you are faced with decisions that either move you closer to or further from your goals. If you want to succeed, you must learn to choose the path of sacrifice, putting in the work now for the future rewards. Whether it's waking up early to work on your passion project, studying for an exam instead of going out with friends, or making financial sacrifices to invest in your future, these decisions require you to focus on the long-term vision rather than immediate gratification. It's in these moments that you demonstrate commitment to your goals and to yourself. Sacrifice also teaches you the importance of delayed gratification. We live in an age of instant everything, instant food, instant communication, instant entertainment. This constant availability of immediate satisfaction makes it harder to embrace the idea of waiting for something better in the future. But real growth and success come from the ability to resist the urge for short-term rewards. Sacrifice requires you to say no to things that feel good right now for the sake of a better tomorrow. You may not see the results of your sacrifice immediately, but when you look back, you will see how the discomfort you endured allowed you to build something far more valuable than what you could have had in the moment. The act of sacrifice also builds resilience. Life is full of obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. Success is not about avoiding discomfort, but about learning how to endure it and keep moving forward. Sacrifice teaches you to push through adversity, to keep going even when things get tough. It teaches you to stay committed to your vision, even when it feels like the road ahead is difficult and uncertain. Every time you sacrifice something for a greater purpose, you strengthen your mental and emotional resilience. This resilience is what will carry you through tough times when success feels distant or impossible. It's the ability to endure, adapt, and keep pushing forward that ultimately leads to success. And when you embrace sacrifice, you also embrace personal growth. Sacrifice is not just about giving up things, it's about evolving as a person. It forces you to examine your priorities, your values, and your motivations. It challenges you to grow beyond your comfort zone, to become someone who is willing to do the hard work necessary to reach your full potential. Each sacrifice you make, whether big or small, teaches you more about yourself and your capacity for greatness. You learn what you are truly capable of, and you begin to build the kind of character that will serve you well in all areas of life. The most successful people in the world understand the power of sacrifice. They know that success is not something that comes easily or without effort. They are willing to put in the work, to make the hard choices, and to endure the temporary discomfort required to reach their goals. Whether it's athletes training tirelessly for years to reach the pinnacle of their sport, entrepreneurs sacrificing their time and energy to build their businesses, or artists putting in countless hours to perfect their craft, these individuals understand that the rewards are worth the sacrifice. Success for them is not about taking shortcuts or avoiding hard work. It's about showing up every day and doing the necessary work, even when it's difficult. A sacrifice also plays a crucial role in building focus. It's easy to get distracted in today's fast-paced world. There are countless things vying for your attention: social media, entertainment, work, and the many other demands of daily life. But if you want to achieve anything meaningful, you must learn to block out these distractions and focus on what truly matters. Sacrifice requires you to give up the things that don't serve your purpose so that you can fully invest your time, energy, and attention into the things that do. This focus allows you to make meaningful progress toward your goals rather than getting caught up in the noise and chaos of everyday life. Another aspect of sacrifice is the realization that it is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing process. Success is not something you achieve and then stop working for. It's a continuous journey of effort, discipline, and sacrifice. As you grow and evolve, the sacrifices you make will change, but the need for sacrifice remains constant. The sacrifices that were necessary to get you to where you are today may not be the same ones that will be necessary in the future, but the willingness to continue sacrificing for your goals will always be a key part of the process. A success requires a commitment to continuous improvement, and that commitment is only possible when you embrace sacrifice as a long-term lifestyle. While sacrifice can feel uncomfortable in the short term, it is an investment in your future. The temporary discomfort you experience today is the foundation for the success, fulfillment, and happiness you will experience tomorrow. By embracing sacrifice, you are choosing to build a life of purpose and meaning, a life that is guided by your values and your vision. It is through sacrifice that you prove to yourself that you are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals, and that determination will serve as the driving force behind your success. Progress over perfection. This is a mindset that will propel you towards success faster than any pursuit of flawless execution. In a world that constantly pushes for perfection, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that everything you do must be done perfectly. You feel the weight of every mistake and every misstep, believing that imperfection somehow equates to failure. But the truth is, discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about showing up every day, even when things don't go according to plan, and continuing to move forward, no matter what obstacles come your way. Perfectionism can be paralyzing. It creates a fear of failure that prevents you from even starting. You think that if you can't do something perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. This fear keeps you stuck in a cycle of procrastination, waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or the exact right circumstances before you take action. But the truth is, there is no such thing as the perfect moment. And the only moment that matters is the one you have right now. And the only thing that will move you closer to your goals is the ability to take consistent action, even if that action isn't flawless. Discipline is about showing up day in and day out, regardless of whether you feel ready, whether everything is in place, or whether you feel like you've mastered the task at hand. It's about building momentum and making progress, no matter how small. But when you embrace progress over perfection, you learn to appreciate the journey. You understand that growth comes not from achieving perfection, but from the consistent effort you put into improving and moving forward. The pursuit of perfection often leads to frustration and burnout. Perfectionists tend to set impossibly high standards for themselves, and when they inevitably fall short, they feel defeated. They are quick to focus on their shortcomings and neglect to celebrate the progress they've made. This mindset can cause you to lose sight of the bigger picture, focusing too much on minute details that don't actually move the needle toward your larger goals. Instead of looking at the overall progress, perfectionism directs your attention to the things that didn't go as planned, creating unnecessary stress and self-doubt. But when you focus on progress rather than perfection, you begin to let go of the unrealistic expectations that hold you back. Progress is about moving forward one step at a time toward a better version of yourself. It's about improvement, not immediate mastery. You might not have all the answers or be performing at your highest level right away, but as long as you're making progress, you're on the right track. This shift in mindset allows you to feel accomplished even when you're still in the process of learning and growing. It empowers you to celebrate small wins and recognize that each step forward is a victory in itself. The key to success is persistence. Persistence is what keeps you going when things don't go as planned, when setbacks arise, or when you don't see immediate results. It's the ability to continue moving forward even when you don't feel like it, even when progress seems slow or non-existent. Persistence is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. It's the willingness to keep going despite mistakes, failures, and challenges. While perfectionists get caught up in the need to do everything right, those who focus on progress are willing to try, fail, learn, and try again. They understand that mistakes are not a reflection of their abilities, they are simply stepping stones on the path to success. Progress over perfection also requires you to embrace imperfection and see it as an opportunity to grow. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something valuable. Every failure teaches you a lesson that can only be learned through experience. But when you let go of the need for perfection, you open yourself up to experimentation, creativity, and innovation. You allow yourself to try new things, take risks, and explore different approaches without the fear of being judged or failing. This mindset encourages you to take action rather than getting stuck in analysis paralysis, endlessly perfecting every detail before moving forward. One of the most important aspects of embracing progress over perfection is cultivating patience. Progress takes time. There is no instant success, no magical formula that will make everything fall into place immediately. Building anything worthwhile, whether it's a career, a relationship, or personal growth, requires time and consistent effort. When you focus on progress, you accept that the path to success is often slow and steady, rather than quick and easy. You become more resilient in the face of challenges, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goals. When you focus on progress, you also start to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, dedication, and learning from failure. This mindset is in direct contrast to the fixed mindset, which believes that intelligence and abilities are static and unchangeable. People with a fixed mindset often avoid challenges and fear failure because they believe that making mistakes reflects poorly on their abilities. In contrast, those with a growth mindset embrace challenges, learn from their mistakes, and persist in the face of setbacks. When you focus on progress, you cultivate this growth mindset, recognizing that each challenge is an opportunity for growth and every setback is a chance to improve. It's important to understand that progress doesn't always look the way you expect it to. Sometimes progress is slow, sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's invisible to others. But as long as you're taking steps forward, you are making progress. You may not see immediate results, and others may not recognize your efforts, but that doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Trust the process. Trust that every action you take, every effort you make is contributing to your growth, even if the results aren't immediately apparent. By focusing on progress instead of perfection, you also learn to take a more balanced approach to life. Perfectionism often leads to an all-or-nothing mentality. You either do something perfectly or you don't do it at all. This rigid mindset can lead to frustration and a sense of failure. But progress allows you to take a more flexible approach. You don't have to do everything perfectly to be successful. You just have to keep going. By taking small steps and continuing to make progress, you move toward your goals, even if you're not perfect along the way. Progress over perfection also means being kind to yourself. Perfectionists are often their own harshest critics, constantly berating themselves for every mistake or imperfection. But when you embrace progress, you begin to show yourself compassion. You recognize that you are doing your best and that your best is enough. You give yourself permission to make mistakes and learn from them instead of condemning yourself for not being perfect. This self-compassion fuels your persistence, helping you keep going even when things aren't going as planned. In the end, discipline is about persistence, not perfection. The road to success is not a straight line, it's a winding path full of challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. But if you focus on progress, on taking consistent action and learning from every experience, you will move closer to your goals every day. Progress over perfection allows you to enjoy the journey, appreciate the small wins, and build the resilience and mindset needed to achieve long-term success. Celebrate growth. It's an essential part of maintaining motivation on the path toward success. We often get so caught up in the pursuit of our goals that we forget to acknowledge the progress we've made. We focus on the end result, on what we have yet to achieve, and on the obstacles still standing in our way. But growth isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about recognizing the small victories, the incremental improvements, and the consistent effort that takes you closer to your dreams. When you take the time to celebrate growth, you fuel your motivation and reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. Celebrating growth helps you build momentum. In a world that moves at a fast pace, it's easy to overlook the small wins that happen every day. We might finish a task, overcome a challenge, or learn a new skill. But if we don't stop to recognize and celebrate that growth, it's easy to feel like we haven't accomplished much. This lack of recognition can lead to frustration and burnout. Celebrating your progress, no matter how small, creates positive reinforcement. It reminds you that you are moving forward, even when the road feels long. The more you acknowledge your efforts, the more motivated you become to keep going. Each small success becomes a stepping stone toward the bigger goals, and by celebrating along the way, you create a sense of achievement that pushes you further. When you celebrate growth, you build confidence in your abilities. The journey toward any goal is full of challenges, and it's easy to feel discouraged when things aren't going as planned. But when you take the time to reflect on how far you've come, you remind yourself that you have the strength, determination, and skills to keep moving forward. Each moment of growth, no matter how small, is a reflection of your progress and your capacity for improvement. By celebrating these milestones, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This growing confidence will not only help you stay motivated, but it will also help you face future challenges with a sense of assurance and readiness. Celebrating growth also helps you maintain perspective. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and grind, especially when you're working toward big goals. There's always something else to do, another hurdle to overcome, and another task to check off your list. But in the pursuit of success, it's easy to lose sight of how far you've come. You may look at your progress and feel like it's not enough, but when you take a step back and celebrate the growth you've made, you gain a clearer perspective on how much you've already accomplished. Recognizing your progress not only helps you appreciate the work you've done, but also motivates you to continue working toward your future goals with renewed energy and focus. It's a reminder that success is not a linear journey and that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Another reason to celebrate growth is that it strengthens your commitment to your goals. It's easy to lose sight of your vision when things get difficult. You may begin to doubt yourself, question your choices, or wonder if it's all worth it. But when you celebrate your growth, you reconnect with your original purpose. You remind yourself why you started in the first place and reaffirm your commitment to your journey. Celebrating growth gives you a sense of ownership over your progress, making it easier to stay dedicated to your goals even when obstacles arise. It's a reminder that the hard work, dedication, and effort you put in are leading you somewhere meaningful, and it strengthens your resolve to keep pushing forward. Celebrating growth also helps you develop a sense of gratitude. When you acknowledge how far you've come, you begin to see your progress as something to be thankful for. You appreciate the lessons learned, the challenges overcome, and the small wins that have brought you closer to your goals. This gratitude fuels your motivation because it shifts your focus from what you haven't yet achieved to what you've already accomplished. Gratitude helps you maintain a positive outlook even when things aren't going perfectly, and it keeps you grounded in the reality that every step forward is a success. When you celebrate growth, you give yourself the opportunity to reflect on the positive aspects of your journey rather than dwelling on what's missing or incomplete. Taking time to celebrate your progress is also a powerful tool for self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you feel like you're not moving fast enough or accomplishing enough. We often hold ourselves to impossibly high standards and measure our worth based on how much we've achieved. But when you celebrate your growth, you give yourself permission to acknowledge your efforts without judgment. You recognize that you're doing your best, and that's enough. This self-compassion is critical for maintaining motivation, as it allows you to approach your goals with a sense of kindness and patience rather than perfectionism or self-criticism. Celebrating growth helps you understand that success is not about being flawless, it's about making progress, and every effort counts. There's also a social aspect to celebrating growth. When you share your achievements with others, you invite them to celebrate with you. This creates a sense of connection and accountability, which can enhance your motivation. So when others acknowledge your progress, it reinforces your belief in yourself and your abilities. Sharing your growth also provides an opportunity to inspire others. Your progress may encourage someone else to keep going, push through their own challenges, or take the leap toward their own goals. In this way, celebrating growth doesn't just benefit you, it creates a ripple effect that can motivate and inspire those around you. Celebrating growth also helps you stay in tune with your values. As you progress toward your goals, it's important to assess whether you're still aligned with what truly matters to you. Celebrating your growth provides an opportunity to reflect on your values and make sure you're staying true to your purpose. As you acknowledge the progress you've made, you can evaluate whether the path you're on is still the one that resonates with your core beliefs. This reflection ensures that you're not just moving forward for the sake of moving forward, but that you're advancing in a way that is fulfilling and meaningful to you. Celebrating growth is a crucial part of staying motivated because it helps you keep your eyes on the bigger picture. It's easy to get bogged down by the daily grind and lose sight of why you started. But when you take time to reflect on your growth, you reconnect with your purpose and reaffirm your commitment to the journey. Each celebration is a reminder that every effort you put in, every challenge you face, and every victory, no matter how small, is taking you closer to the life you desire.